Good evening. So, I was asked for an update on this little guy, and I said that he's great, little snotty, quick to flash his ears back, that he doesn't seem to agree with why you're interacting with him. And I was asked, how do I address that? Like, how would I go about, because I said, but that's okay, we'll get through it. And I was asked, like, how would I address that? Apparently there's another horse in their barn that's acting that way as well. And so he's kind of quick to, like, tell me, see. So what I'll do is, see how his ears just went back like that? I'll be like, hey. And when his ears come back in a more neutral, which it's still not, I'll leave him alone. Now, my interaction with him isn't meant to cause this. It's, if I went up to pet him and he quickly put his ears back, I'm going to be like, oh, no. You're not going to have that kind of negative response to me, And when you have a more neutral response to now me saying, I don't like that, then I'm going to leave you alone, right? But if I come in here and I pet him and he flashes his ears back at me, which he's not doing right now, but if I were to do something to him that would cause him to flash his ears, I'll hold him until we have a much more neutral, hey. There's no softness yet, right? He's still having that contemplation of, I'm going to still have an attitude with you. So I'm just going to hold him until there's a softness. There's a softness in the eye. I'm going to wait for a little one in the ear. So I'm going to rub him with my thumb to reward the softness in the eye. And when the ear comes forward or becomes more neutral, I'm going to leave him alone. I won't sit there and like get in a wrestling match with him or get in a fight with him. But I'm going to let him know that your response to me is inappropriate. Your response to me is undesirable. If I want to touch you because I came over to greet you or whatever, or I needed to touch you in a certain way, I can't have a relationship with you where you're going to quickly flip your ears back and arch your neck and get all stallion-like with me, right? But if I want to come over and touch him, and that results in him getting a snotty face, I'm kind of intentionally like petting him to see if he'll do it. I'm not trying to create a trigger as much as I'm just like, if I touch you, are you going to be triggered to flip your ears back at me and tell me you don't want me to mess with you when you're eating? Because if that's the case, right? Right? And I don't have to get all like lovey-dovey when the expression changes. I just, see, I'll leave you alone when you don't have that nasty look on your face. I got one across the aisle there. He's watching because he's like, I went through those lessons myself, kid. Let's see if you can see him. He's like, I went through oh, he stopped looking. I went through those lessons myself, kid. You might as well just give in because she's going to keep doing it to you until you stop making those ugly faces, huh? Until you stop making those ugly faces, right? Yeah, good baby. Good. Now I like that because I had a hold of him from under his cheek and touching his opposite cheek and touching this cheek, which could have made him feel, a little caught and could have caused him to think he's supposed to get defensive. But instead, he softened to me. So can I grab him again? See now how quickly he tried to soften instead of got snotty? And I give him himself back, right? But if you watch, he kind of quickly thinks to be snotty. So I mean, we're working on this because we don't want this automatic reaction. So now, like if I touch him like this and he decides, I kind of don't want you to mess with me, maybe I'll hold him like this and say, hey, what do you think, huh? But I'll do a zoom in maybe on his eye, the way he blinked. I look for the soft blink. And that's, to me, that's kind of like an acceptance. Or I'd even go as far as saying like a concede. Like, okay, you know, you're gonna keep messing with me until I stop making this ugly face. You know, if I grab him and say, hey, how are you? Huh? How are you? How are you? I'm gonna be a hugger. This is what we want to make you into a nice little hugging horse. You know, I'm a very big hugger on their face. And, you know, obviously it's a fairly claustrophobic, caught feeling until they actually get to that point to where they're just like, hug me, you know. But see if we can get them to like being hugged. There. See that one ear? That's when you quit, okay? The opposite ear went, wait a minute, right? And you can see the question in the ear, right? There's nothing happening in here that he would have, that would have been related to. He wasn't like noticing another horse moving. Everybody's got their head down, munching on hay. Nobody's in motion. This was about me. This was, hey, right? There's a question in that ear. That's when you give, right? That's when you concede, or you know, your part of the lesson is you did good, right? See if we can hug his head again. Say hi. And let's watch for a change in this opposite ear. Is it a kindness? Is it a thoughtfulness? So there's some thinking, but it's not positive thinking. It's not negative thinking either, but it's on the fence. So what I'd like to see is that change. There's my soft blink. There's my other soft blink. But I'd like to see the ear change a little bit. There. Now leave him alone. Then you just leave him alone. You don't even praise him for it. You just, you know, you did what I wanted you to do. You got soft with your eyes. You got soft with your ears. Now I'm going to leave you alone. Like, I'm messing with you, and now I'm going to leave you alone. And I'm doing this while he's eating intentionally too, because he's had a little aggression around eating time. I don't want to say he's had aggression around food, but like kind of you being in his space while he's eating. So that's why I'm choosing now. I'm also doing his water bucket, but that's why I'm choosing now, to see if my interactions with him get reactions from him. You know, not out to make him mad, not out to, you know, do anything to cause. Oops, did I make you itchy? Huh? Did I make you itchy? Can I ask him to come over here? Ooh, we already came with softness. We already had that softness right off the bat. Huh. Yeah, we already had that softness. Can we get a little bit more softness with your ear? Huh? Can we get your ears a little softer? So I'm going to wait for that opposite ear to get softer. I love that he's being very chill right now and being like, hey, what do you think? I'm being pretty good. But can I get a little more softness with that opposite ear? It's soft. Good. No, you leave him alone. Just leave him alone. So if you notice that he's in deep thought, like, I think I'm supposed to just be chill right now, right? And that's it. That's your exercise. You don't have to like sit in here and like harp on anything. You don't have to like go in there and try to find their triggers. Like if he's cinchy, which of course he's too little to be cinchy, but if he's like, you know, ticklish in his underarm, or he doesn't want his flank touched, which is one of the things that I can't address right now unless I have a halter on him, because I'm not going to have him spin and kick me, because he's already said, you know, I don't like that, and I'm not setting out to work on that right now. But if I was setting out to work on something like that, I would come in more prepared as far as like a controlled exercise. But in this case, this is really just, can I come in your stall while you're eating and have you not want to be nasty to me? Have you not want to dismiss me or demand I leave? So anyway, I'm not unhappy with that, but that's pretty much, you know, and I would hang on until I got that soft blink. I would hang on until I got the question in the ears. And then I would leave. Then I would stop. I don't, you know, I wouldn't be like, no, I'm not satisfied. Like I did for a little bit, hang on a little bit longer, waiting for a little bit more. But when you first do it, you don't wait for a lot. You ask, and you get just a slight softness change. And when you get a softness change, you release and you leave. Like, I walked away. I came back over here. I'm not over there still messing with him. I'm not still standing in his space. Because still standing in his space, like, thinking that, you know, oh, I'm just going to stand here and I let go. You've gotten your break. But, like, if you're still standing in their space, you're not giving them that break you think you're giving them. You got to leave them. You got to let them, like, think you're done. And then when you come back, try again. Okay. So that's how I work on that kind of thing with especially youngsters. And if it was an aggressive older horse, more set in their ways type of horse, I would do more of these exercises maybe with a halter on. So I'm not recommending you go into a stall with a dangerous horse or a horse that's aggressive and have no defense, you know, have no protection at all. I would put the halter on a horse that is outwardly aggressive and has a history of it. But a horse that's still trying to figure out if they want to be that way, you know, I'm going to say gauge your skill set. Okay. Have a good day.